What's up, everybody? Justin here, back with another video on this Friday night. Doesn't matter, you don't gotta be watching on Friday, so whatever day you're watching it, I appreciate you watching, and I thank you for watching. So this show is a new countdown show, top 10 worst pushes in wrestling. Guys that I don't think deserved a push, and the push they got, I don't think they deserved it. That's why I'm calling it the worst pushes in wrestling. Top 10 worst. Now, I'm excited to do this show. I'm excited to do it. And talk about all these guys that I don't think deserve to get the push that they did. Maybe you're not excited to watch it or hear it. Well, then turn it off. But I'm excited to do it. So number 10. Number 10 is Triple H. In 2002 to 2004, and I'm talking about basically September, when the World Heavyweight Championship was brought back and Eric Bischoff brought it back and had Triple H face Ric Flair on a Raw. I believe it was a Raw from Milwaukee, my hometown. So Eric Bischoff brought back the World Heavyweight Championship for the Raw brand right after the draft and the brand split. And I would say September 2002 until probably the end of 2004. September 2002 to the end of 2004, Triple H, the guy was pushed down our throats. At least I felt this way. He was pushed down our throats. The guy wouldn't put over hardly anybody. I don't even think he put over Shawn Michaels. Barely. I mean, he put him over at Survivor Series 2002, but that was it. Then he won the title back at Armageddon 2002. Then he defeated Shawn Michaels again, I believe, at the Royal Rumble 2004, where they had a great last man standing match. It was very bloody, but it was great. And then, well, he put over Chris Benoit. Yes, he did put over Chris Benoit, but big deal. Because after that, in 2004, Randy Orton won the World Heavyweight Championship, and Randy Orton, the guy was super over as a babyface. He turned on Evolution. He turned on Triple H in Evolution after he won the World Heavyweight Championship. Then Triple H had Evolution beat down Randy Orton when Randy was on Batista's shoulders celebrating, and Triple H is going like this to him, and then he went like this. That was a good storyline. That was entertaining. Really great storyline, great build-up. But then Triple H, a month later, at Unforgiven 2004, Triple H had to, it had to be 2004. There's no way it was 2003, whatever. I believe it's 2004. So Unforgiven 2004, Triple H had to defeat Randy Orton and bury him and take the World Heavyweight title back after a month reign from Randy Orton. That was pathetic, and that pissed me off. So Triple H was he got one of the worst pushes in wrestling because the guy was shoved down our throats from September 2002 to 2004, the end of 2004. So Triple H is number 10. I didn't like the huge push he got. Felt like he got it just because he was married to Stephanie, or dating her at the time. Number 9, worst pushes in wrestling. I don't dislike this guy. I actually liked him more than I liked Triple H in 2002 to 2004. I never disliked this guy, but his push that he got was pretty ridiculous. Because it was, I don't know, it was good for him. It worked. It did work. But it was pretty ridiculous. Number 9 is Goldberg. I'll take that back. Number 9 is not Goldberg. Because he had a streak that went up to I think 160 and all or something. He defeated a lot of guys He defeated a couple guys, like, over and over. I believe he defeated a couple guys over and over on Nitros and Thunders. Anyways, number 9 is Roman Reigns. He got one of the worst pushes, and the guy's still kind of getting pushed. Like 3 years later, he's still getting pushed. And it's still not working. So top 10 worst pushes in wrestling, number 9 is Roman Reigns from 2014 to 2015 to 2016 WrestleManias that he main evented. He main evented WrestleMania 31, 32, 33. Or who did he main event? I don't know. 32, I don't remember who he faced. I can't remember. 31, it was Reigns, Brock. And after that, I seriously don't remember. But I believe Reigns main evented 2015 WrestleMania 2016, and yes, he main evented 2017 against The Undertaker. So Reigns has been really shoved and pushed down our throats. It hasn't worked. The guy needs to be heel. That's the only way. That's the only thing they should do with him. Turn him heel. Because being babyface against Braun Strowman, that's not going to work. The fans are going to cheer Braun Strowman every single time. So Roman Reigns, especially in 2014, 2015, the guy was pushed way too hard. The guy's like a 4-time WWE champion already. 3 or 4-time WWE champion. That's fucking ridiculous. That is pathetic. So number 9's Roman Reigns. He's one of the worst pushes in wrestling. Number 8 is John Cena. John Cena is number 8. From 2008, even before 2008, you could say from 2006, because he main evented WrestleManias over and over and over, year after year, in 2006, 07, 08. I don't think he main evented in 09, but whatever. John Cena, from 2008 to 2015, he got one of the worst pushes in wrestling. And then he had the U.S. title, U.S. Championship, opened U.S. Open Challenge in 2015. That was good stuff, but he still kept beating everybody. He defeated Rusev at WrestleMania when he shouldn't have. He defeated Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania when he shouldn't have. For WrestleMania 30, he should have lost to Bray Wyatt. And he should have lost to Rusev at WrestleMania 31. But again, he didn't, because he's pushed down our damn throats. So number 8's John Cena. Number 7, I really dislike this guy. Number 7, worst pushes in wrestling. Number 7 is Scott Steiner. I don't like the guy. Scott Steiner was pushed way too hard in the year 2000. He got one of the worst pushes in wrestling, in my opinion. Year 2000, he was pushed way too hard, especially by Starrcade. Starrcade 2000, which I don't remember if it was a bad pay-per-view. It was okay, I guess. But definitely at Starrcade 2000, I think he became World Heavyweight Champion, or he was before that. But after Starrcade, before Starrcade, Scott Steiner's pushed way too hard. In my opinion, he didn't deserve it. He didn't deserve to be pushed as a main event world champion type talent. I never looked at him as a main eventer, world champion type material. I just didn't. So number 7, Scott Steiner. I hated the push he got. I could have called this top 10 pushes I hated. Maybe I'll change the title. I don't know. Number 6 is Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett, the guy got pushed way too hard, and it was one of the worst pushes in wrestling. Jeff Jarrett in the year 2000 in WCW. The guy should have never been a world champion. In my opinion, he wasn't a main event world champion type talent. The guy was just a good talent to be Intercontinental Champion, U.S. Champion, but not a world champion. So number 6 is Jeff Jarrett. He was pushed down our throats. He had this stupid slap nuts gimmick. He was calling everybody slap nuts. He was bashing his guitars over everybody's head. It was ridiculous and a stupid idea to push him that hard as your world champion, WCW. It was probably Russo's idea because Russo and Jarrett were real tight back then in 2000. Now I don't even believe they talk. That's pretty funny. So number 5, worst push in wrestling. Number 5 would be very short-lived gimmick. The guy was barely around. He would come back later and be part of WWE's ECW brand as Kevin Thorne. Who am I talking about? Number 5, worst push, Mordecai. The guy is really like 4 to 5 month run as Mordecai. He did appear at Judgment Day 04 pay-per-view. He also appeared at Great American Bash 04 SmackDown pay-per-views. The guy's gimmick, personally, I liked it. I liked Mordecai. I thought it was a cool character. I thought they should have built him up to face The Undertaker at SummerSlam 2004. But that didn't happen. Maybe the guy didn't love wrestling. I don't know. Maybe he screwed up and did something stupid backstage. That the company just dropped his character, Mordecai. I don't know why they dropped it. But I did like the character. I will admit, I'm not ashamed to admit I liked Mordecai. I thought he was a good character. I thought it was like a newer version of The Undertaker. He had white hair, bleached his hair, had white gear. I thought it was a cool character. But something didn't work. WWE, maybe they didn't like him, maybe they released him, I don't know. Maybe they thought he couldn't work and he sucked in the ring. Maybe they thought he needed more training and they sent him back down to OVW, I don't know. But number 5, worst push, again, I liked Mordecai. But his push was pretty awful because they just dropped his character real fast. I remember he faced Scotty 2 Hotty, I think, at Judgment Day. And then at Great American Bash, he faced Hardcore Holly. I believe he defeated both of them. Then he appeared once, I believe, on a SmackDown and defeated Billy Kidman in 04. But they were putting him over, but it still was one of the worst pushes because there was no payoff. He didn't win a championship, and he didn't get to be in any main events at pay-per-views, and he didn't even get to face The Undertaker, and he should have. Number 4, worst push, in my opinion. Number 4 is The Ultimate Warrior in 1990. The guy was pushed super hard. Vince was, I guess, thought Warrior could replace Hogan as his next top star, as the next guy, as the next top babyface of the company. I guess Vince thought that, but it didn't work. Warrior was champion for not that long. Then he had to drop it to Sergeant Slaughter, and Sergeant Slaughter just had to drop it back to Hogan because Ultimate Warrior could not replace Hogan. Really, nobody could. I mean, nobody could replace Hogan for a really long time. The only guy that really replaced Hogan would be in like 97, 98 was Stone Cold Steve Austin, in my opinion. Before that, good champions that were kind of good replacements. Bret Hart was champion a couple times. He was a good replacement. Shawn Michaels was a good replacement in 96, 97, but even 98. But Shawn got hurt in 98. In my opinion, Shawn and Bret, they couldn't replace Hogan either. But Steve Austin did. He really did. So number 4 is Ultimate Warrior from 1990. His title win, I hated it. that he won the title. I didn't think he deserved it, and I didn't like it. Number 3, worst push in wrestling, worst pushes. Number 3 would be JBL. I never saw JBL as a main eventer. Never thought he should have been a world champion. He didn't deserve it, in my opinion. He wasn't a main event talent. He's a mid-carder, in my opinion. He was a decent mid-carder that could be a tag champion or intercontinental or U.S. champion. And sadly, JBL has been tag champion, intercontinental champion, and U.S. champion, and WWE champion. I thought JBL sucked. The guy was a good heel on SmackDown, but I still thought he sucked as a wrestler, and I definitely thought he wasn't a world champion type talent. So number 3 would be JBL. JBL was one of the worst pushes in wrestling. Number 2, one of the worst pushes in wrestling of this top 10 worst. Number 2 would be the Great Khali. Now, he was booked okay when he first debuted. He was booked, took on Undertaker at Judgment Day 06. I thought they had a decent match. Wasn't that awful. But then after that, Khali got one of the worst pushes because he became World Heavyweight Champion. He should have never became World Heavyweight Champion. He actually had a feud, I think, with Batista over the World Heavyweight Championship, and they had a god-awful match. The match was just garbage. I believe it was a Punjabi prison match at No Mercy 06. That was god-awful. It might have been No Mercy 07. One of those. So number 2 is the Great Khali. And then later, they stopped pushing him and kind of stopped using him on pay-per-views and stuff. But then later they give him the kiss cam. That was stupid. Number 1, worst push ever in my opinion. Number 1 would be Lex Luger. He's one of the guys shoved down our throats in '93. I thought the narcissist gimmick was good because it fit him. The guy probably is a narcissist and an egomaniac. Guy probably loves to look at himself in the mirror when he's posing. So the narcissist gimmick was good. I thought he was a good heel. He had some good matches with Mr. Perfect. He had good matches with Tatanka at King of the Ring '93. I don't know who else he faced, but then in the summer of '93, Vince decided to try to replace Lex Luger, or try to replace Hogan with Lex Luger, and push Lex Luger as the new guy, as the new top face of the company. It didn't work. It did not work. Turning Lex Luger babyface. It just didn't work. The guy didn't get cheered that much. And the guy probably should have won the title at SummerSlam '93. I would have been against it, but he probably should have went over Yokozuna, but he didn't because he failed as a babyface. And his run as the All-American next Hulk Hogan failed. It didn't work. It failed. It was a failure. A giant failure. And then he stayed babyface, and it was not working. It was not working. His push was not working. The fans really didn't want to see him go after the title. Instead, they wanted Bret Hart. And Bret Hart should have been the guy, and he was the guy above Lex Luger. Because he's the guy that won the championship at WrestleMania 10, not Lex Luger. Bret Hart did, and he deserved it. Because Bret Hart was actually over as a babyface. He was actually really over, and he was a great wrestler, great worker, and he loved wrestling. Lex Luger, to me, the guy never seemed like he loved wrestling. He just seemed like he was in it for the money. And that's fine. I don't care if somebody's in it just for the money, but Lex Luger, the guy didn't know how to, he couldn't get himself over. Vince tried everything. He even gave him a freaking tour bus and had him go on the Lex Express for like, I don't know, we went across the country to like every single state to try to get over and do autograph signings, probably for free, because nobody would pay to get his damn autograph. Anyways, funny story, in 93, I was driving on the freeway. I wasn't driving, but I was in the car because I was only like 9 years old, but I was on the freeway going towards Chicago, and I actually saw the Lex Express. Went past me on the other side of the freeway. It went past me. I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. And I was like, I pointed and I said, when I was in the car, I said, that's the Lex Express. I couldn't believe it. Anyways, I probably was a Lugard fan a little bit in 93, but I was only 9 years old. I didn't know any better. I just cheered all the faces, basically, and I didn't really like that many heels. So number one is Lex Luger's 1993 babyface push. Didn't work. It was one of the worst pushes in wrestling, and then Vince tried again. Vince is so damn stubborn, he tried to push him again. And he had him be a co-winner of the Royal Rumble 94. Vince, it didn't work. In 93, it didn't work. It was a failure. And then you have him win the Rumble with Brett. That was pathetic and just stupid. That was really stupid. So you have him win the Rumble to try to push him again in 94. And like hit a reset button and try to push him again by winning the Rumble with Brett. We all know they went over the top at the same time. That was a cool finish, but I didn't like it that Lex won. I was actually pretty angry, I think. I thought Brett should just win. Why they gotta have two winners? They should have just had him start a match and go one-on-one in a match, and the winner of the match would win the Rumble. Anyways, Luger wins co-winner of the Rumble in 94. Then they try to push him again. He gets a title shot at WrestleMania, and what happens? He failed because he didn't win the title again. At WrestleMania 10, he could not win the big one. So they must have hit the stop button on his push because they didn't give him the title. And then even in the 95 WrestleMania 11, the guy went way down to the mid-card level. And he's in a tag team match against the Harris brothers with British Bulldog. They were a tag team, but Bulldog deserved better than having to team up with Lex, because Bulldog was a damn good worker. And I'm pretty sure British Bulldog cared about wrestling and loved it more than Luger did. So from Lex getting a main event push twice, Vince trying twice, it failed both times. And I say it failed because he didn't win the title at SummerSlam 93, and he didn't win the title at WrestleMania 10 because the company didn't believe in him. And they thought, let's stop his push. So number one, worst push in wrestling was Lex Luger in 93. In part of 94, he was even pushed. But it was a failure. Hope you enjoyed this countdown top 10 worst pushes in wrestling, in my opinion. If you got 10 guys that you don't think deserve to be pushed as hard as they were, if you got 10 guys, tell me about them. In the comments under this video, tell me your top 10 guys that are pushed the hardest in wrestling that you didn't agree with. Hope you enjoyed this countdown. I enjoyed doing it. I enjoyed talking about it, about all these guys. And the only guys I really dislike on this list of this top 10, the only guys I really dislike are Scott Steiner, Lex Luger, and JBL. The other guys I don't dislike. And one of them is dead. Sadly, Ultimate Warrior's actually dead, so how could I dislike him? The guy passed away. I feel bad for his kids that got to grow up as teenagers without a father. Hope you enjoy this new countdown top 10 worst pushes in wrestling. Again, I would appreciate it if you comment under this video and tell me your top 10 worst that you think didn't deserve a push or didn't deserve the push that they got. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a great weekend. Follow me on Twitter and like, comment, share, and subscribe, everybody.